former church in Southsea is now home to over 30 artist studios. They're part of Art Space Portsmouth, and I went along to their recent open day to find out more.
Art Space Portsmouth was originally founded in 1980 by a small group of graduates and lecturers from what was Portsmouth Polytechnic, with a remit to encourage the appreciation of all forms of art.
It was set up to provide affordable studio space for artists or needy artists in need, because there wasn't anything really available in Portsmouth at the time for artists that needed studio space of any sort, really. And it's still very difficult to find that kind of thing in Portsmouth as it is.
David has been a member of Art Space since 1984 and is the charity's artists liaison.
The studio spaces are fit for purpose, really. They're a good size, they're well looked after, they have light. We're in the building which needs some repair, but we're looking at that at the moment. And they're heated, so they're great spaces. And there's a community of artists as well.
Tanya's fine art speciality is painstaking, meticulous pencil drawing, getting her subjects as true to life as she can make them.
I am very interested in the ordinary and everyday, particularly surfaces and places and spaces that are totally overlooked, places that are habit to us and therefore we pay no attention to them anymore. And they're often very beautiful and interesting spaces. So by drawing them in every detail, I'm making us look at them again.
In October, Tanya will be teaching a drawing short course at the Royal Academy of Arts. Yet it's only in recent years that she went back to university as a mature student to develop her passion. Noticeably, many of her pieces have a lot of empty space within the frame.
It's a very conscious decision on my part, because I believe that for there to be something, there has to be nothing too. And there's a lot more nothing in life than there is something. So giving something space really draws your attention to the focus of the work and makes you think about the details that are there, I believe.
Chris teaches life drawing, and at the University of Portsmouth he teaches animation and computer game students how to draw. He works in a variety of mediums, including print, charcoal and oil, mostly using his Art Space studio for painting. And some of his lino cuts will be on show in the Jack House Gallery from the 14th of July.
An artist from London, Edward Beale, is coming down and we're sharing the space. He's got two of the galleries and I've got the back gallery. So the show is going to include my Portsmouth pub series of prints and their lino cuts. They're quite intricate and they take me sometimes weeks and weeks just to carve out the A3 lino cut itself. And then I print it on an Albion printing press at Amiga Printmakers. It's a fantastic press. It was actually made in 1892, the same year as my grandmother.
Working in lino is quite a different technique to drawing and painting, but Chris brings his training as a graphic designer to the art form.
Basically, what happens is you gouge away lumps of the surface, and what remains is what gets inked up and transferred onto the paper. So the black bits on this one here are the surface, and the white bits are the gouged away lumps. What I quite like is I like solid areas of white and solid areas of black. So in most of my lino cuts, I don't use a lot of tone. So to get a tone or a tint, you have to carve lots of lines like we've got here.
This is Shan Robins for That's Solent.